Dear students, hearty welcome to my presentation on tribes in India, concept, definition and characteristics. India is a country which has people of different cultures, religions, traditions, languages, caste and creed. We always proudly say that there is a beauty of Indian soil which is regarded as unity in diversity. We have different people following different cultures, religion, traditions, languages, having different social structure and so on. Among them, tribal people are one such group that needs to be studied, understood, recognized and emphasized. According to 2011 census, the population of tribes in India amounts 6% of country's total population, which amounts 104 million, who are spread throughout the country, largely in forest and hilly regions. We proudly claim and regard that scheduled tribes and their presence add various flavors and real treasures to this soil. As a student of community development, you must therefore know what is tribe, the definition of tribe, and various characteristics and features concerning the socio-economic cultural milieu of tribal community. So let us now go to the concept of tribe. The term tribe is derived from the Latin term tribus, which means an inhabited place, which is always regarded as hilly station. So tribe is commonly denoted as a community, a race, a breed or class of people. So it was simply a territorial social group. It denotes a group of persons forming a community and claiming descent from a common ancestor. Tribe is also regarded as a group of families living as a community under one or more tribal chiefs, united by languages and customs. We know that tribes live in relatively isolated hills and forests, though there are number of tribes who have moved from the hill stations to the mainstreams due to urbanization and modernization. The tribes are essentially primitive and backward in nature, which means that they are still backward economically and technologically. According to Munshi, the term tribe was used by colonial government in India to categorize a large number of groups different from the term caste. So we all know the social structure in Indian system, which is predominantly by caste system. So the colonial governments in India, in order to differentiate this caste, they have given this term tribe. A tribe is a group of distinct people who are dependent on their land for their livelihood, who are not integrated into the outside society. The tribes call themselves by names which associate them to the land and surroundings. So they proudly declare themselves to be the first inhabitants of this land or the first human being. The term Adivasi is derived from the Sanskrit word which literally means indigenous people or original inhabitants of a given region. After independence only, the term scheduled tribe, which is shortly known as ST, came to be used to denote the tribes who are scheduled as such under the Constitution of India. Major population of this tribal community is found in Chhattisgarh, Orissa, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, northeastern states, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. We also could see the variation among the tribes in terms of the areas where they are living. Numerically, the most dominating tribes in India are Gond, Santal, Bhil, Uram, Gond, Munda, Bhuya, Ho, Savara, Kol, Kurgu, Malar, Baiga, and Meena. Let us now move on to the definition of tribes. According to the Imperial Gazetteer of India, a tribe is a collection of families bearing a common name, speaking a common dialect, occupying or professing to occupy a common territory, and is not usually endogamous, though originally it might have been so. So this definition has given a few elements, that is a collection of family, there is a common name, a common dialect, they occupy a common territory, and they are endogamous in nature. According to Ralph Linden, a tribe is a group of occupying a contiguous territory or territories, having a feeling of unity deriving from numerous similarities in culture, frequent contacts, and certain community of interest. According to Lucy Mayer, a tribe is an independent political division of population with a common culture. So we could see that the tribal community is governed by tribal chief, a tribal leader with a common culture. They have their own culture. According to G.W.B. Huntingford, a tribe is a group united by a common name in which the members take a pride by a common language, by a common territory, and by feeling that all who do not share this name are outsiders, enemies in fact. So this definition gives that tribal people have unity based on common features like name, language, territory, and a feeling that those who have the name are their own kith and kins. Outsiders are like enemies to them. According to R.N. Mukherjee, a tribe is that human group whose members have common interests, territory, language, social law, and economic occupation. So from these definitions, we could clearly see that so tribal community is a a collection of families, a collection of people having similarity or having common features like name, dialect, territory, culture, and so on. So let us move on to the characteristics of tribes. The first characteristic is common territory. Tribal people live within a definite topography, a location, and it is a common place for all the members of a particular tribe occupying that particular region. In the absence of this commonality, the tribals will always lose their characteristics of tribal life, like common language, way of living, and community sentiment. The second one is sense of unity. We could see that the tribal people are united based on various common features as we already discussed, like name, language, dialect, religion, culture, and so on. So this sense of unity is an invariable necessity for a true tribal life. The very existence of a tribe depends upon the tribal sense of unity, especially during the time of peace and war. The third one, endogamous group. Tribal people generally do not marry outside their tribe, which means they always get married within their own clan, within their own tribe, which is always appreciated and much applauded. But the pressing effects of changes following the forces of mobility have also changed the attitude of tribes. And in recent times, we could see there is intertribal marriages becoming more common. Otherwise, earlier, tribes were endogamous in nature. That means they were married within their own clan, within their own group, within their own tribe. Common dialect. Members of a tribal community exchange their views in a common dialect. This element strengthens their sense of unity. A people speaking this dialect is considered to be one community. Next is ties of blood relationship. This is the greatest bond and most powerful force inculcating the sense of unity among the tribals. So tribals consider each and everyone as closely, thickly associated, connected, and related. The next characteristic is protection awareness. Tribal people always need protection from intrusion. So many people move into their region and infiltration. And for this, a single political authority is established. That means all the powers are vested in one hand. The safety of the tribal is left to the skill and the mental power of this one person who is enjoying this political authority and who is always known or termed or called as a tribal chief. And this tribal chief is enjoying this political authority, and he is protecting the tribal people from intrusion and infiltration. The tribal chief is aided by the tribal committee in case of emergencies. The next feature is distinct political organizations. The political authority lies in the hands of the tribal chief. The whole authority, though it is laid in the hands of the tribal chief, in some tribes we could see that the tribal committees exist to help the tribal chief in discharging his functions and duties in the interest of the tribal people. Common culture, which has been already spoken many times. Due to common features, there is a common culture which is derived from language, religion, political system, political organization, which is commonly found in the tribal life. This common culture produces a life of homogeneity among the tribals, which means they are similar in lifestyle, thought process, and socio-economic belief. Importance of kinship. The tribal people give much importance to relationship. This kinship forms the basis of tribal social organization. Most tribes are divided into exogamous clans and lineages. Egalitarian values, which shows that there is a principle of equality, unlike a caste system which has inequality and sex-based inequalities found in other social structure. The tribal community, we could see there is a principle of equality, which implies that men and women enjoy equal status and freedom in tribal community. Simple form of religion. That means the tribal people believe or give much importance to certain myths and rudimentary type of religion. So this is the end of the presentation. Thank you for your active and patient listening.